The Norwegian krona hit a 9-year high against the euro last week as investors continue to be attracted to the NOK because of the country's robust economy. Norway's central bank meets later today, so it's the perfect time to speak to Erica Blomgren from SEB Bank, one of the biggest banks in Scandinavia. Erica, thank you for joining me from Oslo. Before we talk about the Norges Bank meeting, how would you assess the relationship between the NOK and risk? As many were saying, it could be the new safe haven after the SNB put in place a 120 floor for the franc. But if we do see a period of prolonged risk aversion, how will the NOK hold up?
I believe not, because what we've seen flow-wise in the krona is basically long-term money heading into Norway, and it's not safe haven flows as such, because I think many investors are aware of the restraints from liquidity reasons to view the NOK as a safe haven. But from a quality perspective, of course, Norway has superior fundamentals, and that's not at least shown by the relatively strong growth outlook for Norway compared to peers. So what we've seen here is basically global reserve managers diversifying parts of their portfolios into more sound fundamental currencies. That theme is more long-term money, and I don't expect them to be reversed on back of a better prospect for example, the US debt crisis.
So let's talk about the Norges Bank meeting. It seems many are expecting some sort of verbal intervention from Governor Olsen.
Yes, but overall I think many expect rather few surprises today. I mean, if you look at the 50 basis point cut in December, that suggested that the Norges Bank was leaning toward its low rate path from October, and that one actually indicated a 25 basis point cut today. But and until Norges Bank sees more signs of a broadly based global recovery, the central bank will continue to focus on global factors, and in particular, the weaker than expected global growth outlook, the stronger krona, and of course some dovish comments from other central banks. So in that sense, yes, one should expect some dovish NOK comments. On the other hand, what many investors have been taking note of, which also is reflected in the strong currency today, is the solid activity in the Norwegian economy. And that should make the bank refrain from cutting rates at this stage. We expect Norges Bank to keep rates unchanged at 1.75%. That's widely expected and fully discounted by markets. So not so many surprises there. I think the focus instead will be on the new rate path. And that one will definitely be lowered, considering that the rate path from October was almost set by arrival on back of the rate cut in December. And here the question is, of course, by how much will the path be lowered? And investors expect only a modest downward revision to our stance. And this is, of course, reflected in the recent appreciation of the krona and the rising short rates that we've seen in Norway. We see risk of a more marked revision to the rate path, and in addition, in the press conference, as you mentioned, we believe that Olsen will try to talk dovish to stem any further NOK strength. So the outcome should be slightly skewed toward a dovish price, in our opinion, and could weaken the NOK on back of this.
Would it be fair to say the NOK has been overbought in recent weeks after we saw it hit that high against the euro? What
we've seen actually is that Norwegian or domestic investors, they are rather neutral position in the krona. So, and they have not acquired any major long in NOK positions over the last 3 to 6 months. So what's really been driving the rally in the krona here is basically foreign buying. So in that sense, there are potential buyers out there. So I think from domestic perspective, many have been sidelined ahead of the trade decision. So if we get if we get some NOK weakness on back of the rate announcement, that should be rather a buy signal. And also considering that if the governor tries to threat markets with rate cuts if the krona strengthens further, that should not be too credible, because in the end, all indications are for Norges Bank to start hiking ahead of peers. So the possible NOK weakness should be short-lived, and I think one should target. I mean, we have a target for euro NOK down to 7.40 by the end of the second quarter, so it should be rather a possibility for market to buy some more NOK on these levels.
And let's quickly talk about the Swiss National Bank, who are meeting on Thursday. They've already been very active in curbing the strength of the franc. Do you expect much action from the meeting?
Yes, I think that you cannot have too big expectations on that monetary policy meeting. I mean, we expect no big changes given the outlook for both economy and inflation. It strongly support. It shows that strong support for monetary policy is still needed. We have seen that the Swiss economy has performed better than expected late 2011. Data so far this year indicates that continued solid growth in private consumption remains, which should offset partly the weak industrial performance. But so on back of this, the central bank should leave the growth outlook unchanged, and that should suggest that no further measures at this stage is necessary. Of course, one should be expecting some continued aggressive, that the central bank will aggressively defend the minimum exchange rate versus the euro again. And this is also, of course, on back of some further downside pressure on inflation in the coming months. But if one expects the central bank to raise the rate from 120, I think that those will be disappointed.
Well, thank you as always, Erica. The phone line wasn't brilliant on that occasion, but we'll sort that out for the next time. But for now, goodbye.